clouds. How about at AWS? Another sort of staple in this environment, a must-have to unlock all this capability. We appreciate everything that Amazon's doing over there. Give us a view from the top in regards to what are you seeing up there in this space?
Yeah, I think as we're talking, it's another technology inflection point. And I always like to look backwards to learn, right? And for
Hmm.
years, data sharing in government meant bilateral agreements. These took months, sometimes years to get the information and to get agencies to be able to share a fair amount of point-to-point connections or tool-specific connections. And that's really changing. And it needs to, because of the scale of the data sharing capabilities that we need for these exploding number of digital entities that we've been talking about. We can't do the same processes that we were barely getting by when we were doing these manual type of work. And so I think we've got some really good news on multiple fronts from a technology lens. The technology barrier is falling. We all know that. The time to stand up a scalable and secure data sharing capability, it's never been faster. In fact, you can do it in a really ephemeral type of way in which you stand it up for a need and then reduce it. We also have agencies being able to share a data platform. And that cross-data agency sharing that we were talking about, it really goes from no longer being a technology project, right, that may take procurement in multiple cycles to a mission decision or a governance decision about being able to share that data. And then we're seeing customers increasingly embrace federated governance, effectively keeping their data governed at the source, making it discoverable and accessible across agencies and externally. However, the data doesn't move. It's the insights that are being built from that data that are being able to be shared. I also think just because we have this great mix of partners on the discussion today, industry's collaborating in new ways. And so, industry partners like AWS and Snowflake, we've deepened our integrations so that agencies can federate catalogs. And that really gets to this idea that you just heard about, right? No data duplication, even between tools. And I think that's something that we all need to work together in industry to make that the default way in which we operate as a team to deliver this type of capability that we need. And then lastly,
Absolutely. There's